Hey guys, welcome back to Unstop Biology. So guys, in today's video, we are going to understand three different topics, which are basically the end of chapter 15, which is plant growth and development. So we are going to understand what exactly is photoperiodism. We are going to understand the meaning of photoperiodism. We are going to understand vernalization, and we are also going to understand seed dormancy. So we are going to understand all three different types of topics basically. So guys, before we start off with photoperiodism, if you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe to it and press the bell icon to get all the notification. And yes, guys, please do keep giving your feedbacks in the comments of the video. And if you're able to understand the videos, do not forget to like it and share it with all your friends. So guys, let's start with photoperiodism first. What exactly it means, what is its definition, and how it is basically important for plant growth and development. So basically, guys, it has always been observed that there are some plants which require a periodic exposure to light. This periodic exposure to light. Okay. Now this exposure is light is basically to induce flowering. Okay. Now it is also seen that such plants are able to measure the duration of exposure to light. So in such plants, basically they are able to measure the exposure, right? So basically they are able to measure the duration actually, duration of exposure of light. Okay, so let's take some examples. Like some plants require the exposure to light for a period exceeding a well-defined critical duration. So say, consider that all plants require an average light duration. Now there are some plants which require more than that, right? Light period more than that. While there might be some plants which require exposure to light for a period which is less than that particular average critical duration. So basically, and this is mainly to induce flowering, right? Now the former group where they need longer period of exposure are known as long day plants. Long day plants, right? Which require actually more than, like more duration than the average critical duration. And then the later ones, which require lesser period of basically light exposure, are known as short day plants. Short day plants. Now let's talk about the critical duration ones because we said that normally all plants require a particular duration, which is a critical duration. Now this critical duration is different for different kind of plants. So you'll have to remember that as well. But however, there are many plants where there is no such correlation between exposure to light duration and induction of flowering response. So basically, these plants are known as day neutral plants. Day neutral plants who do not require any such duration of light to induce flowering. So here in the diagram that you see, here in this diagram, what you are basically observing here is, so basically there is in long day plants, right? If it is below critical photo period, there will be no flowering, right? So this is the critical period. Below this, there will be no flowering. Above this, there will be flowering, right? Similarly, in short day plants, it will be just opposite. Below the critical period, there will be flowering. Above the critical period, there will be no flowering. And in day neutral plants, whether it is below the critical period or above the critical period, flowering will always be there after the vegetative maturity of the plants, right? So I hope you would have understood this particular diagram in particular, right? Now, guys, it is also known that not only the duration of light period that which is important, but duration of dark period is also important. Remember that duration of dark period is also important, right? So it is of equal importance actually. So basically, it is said that flowering in certain plants depends on not only on the combination of light and dark exposures, but also their relative duration. And the response of plants to periods of day or night is known as photoperiodism. So let's write down the definition as well. What is the definition? So it is not only with respect to light, but which is day, but dark as well, which is night. So basically, the response of plants to periods of day or night is photoperiodism. Okay, now there is an interesting fact as well. So basically, while the shoot apices modify themselves into the flowering apex prior to just flowering, right? They by themselves cannot perceive photoperiods. So basically, the sight of perception of light or dark duration are not those apex which basically form the flowers, but these are the leaves. And it is also hypothesized that there is a hormonal substance which is responsible for flowering. Now, this hormonal substance migrates from the leaves to the shoot apices for inducing flowering only when plants are exposed to necessary inductive photoperiod. So basically, now it is a complex process. It is not as simple as we thought. It all takes place in the leaves, and there are certain hormones, and these hormones are basically activated because of the photoperiod. And once they're activated, they migrate from the leaves to the shoot apices, and these shoot apices starts developing into the flowering apices, which further forms the flowers basically. So this is all about photoperiodism, guys. Now let's move on to vernalization. Now basically, guys, there are plants for which flowering, either is a quantitative or a qualitative dependent on exposure of flow temperature as well. So basically, this phenomenon is termed as vernalization. What is vernalization? So basically, quantitative or qualitative dependency on exposure to low temperature, right? So it is what? It is basically quantitative or qualitative dependency on exposure to low temperature. This is basically vernalization. Okay, so now vernalization prevents reproductive development late in the growing season, and it enables the plant to have sufficient time to reach maturity. It also refers especially to the promotion of flowering by a period of low temperature. So basically, there are some important food plants like wheat, barley, rye, and they have two kinds of varieties: winter and spring. So the spring variety are normally planted in the spring and come to flower and produce grain before the end of the growing season. However, winter varieties, if planted in spring, would normally fail to flower, and they produce mature grain within the span of the flowering season. So that is why they are planted in autumn. They germinate and Over winter, they come out as small seedling and then they resume their growth in the spring and they're harvested usually around midsummer. So another example of vernalization, let's take one more thing. So basically another kind of vernalization is seen in biennial plants. Biennials are basically monocarpic plants that normally flower and die in the second season. For example, sugar beet, cabbages, carrots, all are important examples of common biennial plants. Now, subjecting the growth of a biennial plant to a cold treatment that stimulates a subsequent photoperiodic flowering response as well. So, this is all about vernalization. Now, the third topic is seed dormancy. Let's see that as well. It is seed dormancy. Okay, so basically, guys, there are certain seeds which fail to germinate even when external conditions are favorable. So you have seeds and they do not germinate at all. Such seeds are understood to be going a period of dormancy period, which is controlled not by external environment but the endogenous control and condition within the seed itself, right? So basically the seed coat is what it is, hard and impermeable, and there are presence of chemical inhibitors like abscisic acid, phenolic acid, para ascorbic acid, and then immature embryos are again some of the reasons which cause seed dormancy. So it can be caused by the impermeable and hard seed coat. It can be caused because of chemical inhibitors. It can be caused because of immature embryo, right? So all of these can be reasons of seed dormancy, and this dormancy can be overcome through natural means as well. And there are several man-made means as well, measures as well. For example, the seed coat barrier in some seeds can be broken by mechanical abrasion, say using sandpaper or knives or something like that, right? Or you can even vigorously shake the seed and you will get it out of the seed coat. So in nature, again, there are abrasions which are caused by, say, passage through digestive tract of animals, through microbial actions, and then there is effect of inhibitory substances as well, like abscisic acid. Right? So say in that case, what happens is that can be removed by subjecting the seed to chilling conditions or by application of certain chemicals. Chemicals like antagonistic to it is gibberellic acid or nitrates, right? So changing the environmental conditions such as light, temperature, again are various methods to overcome seed dormancy. So this is all about seed dormancy, guys. I hope you would have understood all three topics: photoperiodism, vernalization, and seed dormancy. Both are small topics, but it is important with NEET point of view, so we will not miss anything. So please do like the video and share it with all your friends if you did understand the topics. And yes, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get all the updates. And guys, if you have any doubt as such in regards to these topics, please do not forget to ask your doubts over the comments on the video. Thanks for watching this video, guys. See you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.